There's a specific way you're thinking right now that's ruining your life, and you have no idea it's happening. It's not one thought, it's a pattern, a way of processing everything that quietly shapes every decision you make, every risk you don't take, every opportunity you let slip away. And here's the worst part. It feels completely normal to you. It feels like logic, like common sense. But it's not. It's a trap. And the longer you think this way, the more stuck you become. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in these thinking patterns without ever realizing it. They wonder why they can't move forward, why they feel stuck, why nothing changes. But they never look at how they're thinking. This video breaks down 7 of the most dangerous ways of thinking that quietly ruin your life. If even one of these sounds familiar, it's probably been sabotaging you for longer than you realize. Before we start, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to LifeBased for more grounded insights on the patterns that shape your life. Let's get into it. Number 1, believing that how you feel right now is how you'll always feel. When you're in a low moment, it feels permanent, like this is just who you are now, like the sadness, the frustration will never lift. And when you're in a good moment, you assume you've figured it out. But neither is true. This thinking traps you because it makes temporary states feel like permanent truths. You make decisions based on how you feel right now, and those decisions don't serve your future self. Emotions are temporary. Moods shift. When you stop treating your current state as permanent, you stop making reactive decisions you'll regret. Number 2, thinking you have to be certain before you take action. You're waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, the moment when you feel completely ready. But that moment doesn't come, so you stay where you are. You overthink, gather more information, hoping certainty will arrive. But it won't. And while you're waiting, life moves forward without you. Certainty is a myth. No one has all the answers before they start. The people who move forward aren't more certain than you. They're just more willing to act without it. Certainty doesn't come before action. It comes after. Number 3. Assuming other people think about you as much as you think about yourself. You replay conversations. You worry about what someone thought of what you said, how you acted. You assume people are analyzing you the same way you analyze yourself. But they're not. They're too busy thinking about themselves. This keeps you trapped in self-consciousness. You hold back because you're worried about judgment. But most people aren't thinking about you at all. When you realize this, it becomes easier to stop performing, to stop managing everyone's perception, to just exist without needing constant approval. Number 4, believing that if something is hard, it means you're not supposed to be doing it. When things get difficult, you take it as a sign that this isn't meant for you, that you should quit and try something else. So you do. You move on, hoping it will feel easier. But it doesn't. Because everything worth doing is hard at some point. This thinking makes you a quitter, not because you lack commitment, but because you've misunderstood what difficulty means. Difficulty isn't a red flag. It's part of the process. It's a sign you're growing, pushing past where you were before. Number 5, believing that life should be fair. Something bad happens to you, and your first thought is, this isn't fair. You see other people getting opportunities you didn't get, advantages you don't have. And you feel cheated, like the world owes you something it's not giving you. So you stay bitter. You hold on to resentment. You wait for life to balance itself out, to make things right. But it won't. Life isn't fair. It never was. And waiting for fairness is just another way of staying stuck. This thinking keeps you in victim mode. You stop taking responsibility because you're too focused on what should have happened instead of dealing with what is happening. When you accept that life doesn't owe you fairness, you stop wasting energy being angry about it. You start working with reality instead of resisting it. Number 6, comparing yourself to other people's progress instead of your own. You see where other people are and measure yourself against them. They're further ahead. They've accomplished more. They have what you don't. And every comparison makes you feel like you're failing, like you're not doing enough, not moving fast enough, not where you should be. So you either push yourself harder in ways that don't serve you, or you give up entirely because the gap feels too big to close. This thinking ignores that everyone's on a different timeline. They started at different points, had different resources, faced different challenges. Comparing your progress to theirs is comparing two completely different journeys, and it robs you of seeing your actual growth. When you stop measuring yourself against everyone else and start tracking your own progress, you see how far you've actually come. The only comparison that matters is who you were yesterday versus who you are today. If you want something that helps you build better habits without feeling overwhelming, there's a wellness journal linked in the description worth checking out. Number 7, believing that your past defines your future. You've made mistakes. You've failed. You've been a certain way for so long that you assume that's just who you are. So you stop trying to change. You tell yourself stories. I'm not good at this. I've always been like this. This is just how I am. And those stories become your identity. They become the boundaries of what you think is possible. But you're not a fixed thing. You're constantly evolving. The person you were 5 years ago doesn't have to be the person you are today. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to outgrow old versions of yourself. These 7 ways of thinking don't announce themselves. They operate quietly, shaping your decisions, your reactions, your entire approach to life. And the longer they go unexamined, the more power they have. But once you see them, once you recognize the patterns, you can start to shift them. You can start thinking in ways that actually serve you instead of sabotage you. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe to LifeBased for more practical insights on the patterns that shape your life. Thanks for watching.